Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new match review here on the channel. My name is James, and today we're going to go ahead and sit down and talk to you guys about Reading's massive 3-1 victory at the Select Car Leeson Stadium over Peterborough United. That's right, Reading made it 11 games unbeaten in a row as they went ahead and defeated the Posh at the SCL, which saw all 3 points stay in RG2. Reading have now done the double over Peterborough this season, and I gotta say, this was a thoroughly deserved victory. I thought the performance from the Royals today was absolutely fantastic. Over the last 2 weeks, obviously international football has been what's been going on, and the main topic of conversation in Reading has been off-field issues. That's right, once again, all we've been talking about is our off-field issues, but the performance today from the players showed that hasn't been affecting them like it might have done last season. I got to say, all 11 were fantastic today, and in particular, I got to give a massive shout out to Harvey Knibbs, who I thought was excellent. I thought Michael Stickland was great, and I thought both wing-backs were fantastic. Kelvin Abrafa and Tavonge Rashisha both had really good games today, and they really nullified the threat that Peterborough have on the wings, and it kind of left them with not much to handle. Now, in terms of the starting 11 for this fixture, Noel Hunt was forced into a couple of changes. Tyler Bindon was missing from the squad today, as well as Andre Garcia. Garcia picked up a niggle on international duty with England's under-18 squad, and Tyler Bindon fell ill just a couple of hours before the game and was unable to play. That left Noel Hunt with the following side as we saw Joel Pereira starting off in goal. Tavonge Rashisha was at right back, while right back Andy Yeardon was at centre back. Michael Stickland returned from his suspension, and right back Kelvin Abrafa was playing at left back. The midfield three saw consistency though. As always, we saw Lewis Wing, Harvey Knibbs and Charlie Savage. Out wide, Chem Campbell and Mamadi Kamara were the two players, while up front was Kelvin Ehibachiman. Now, in terms of the goal scoring, Reading went ahead and got it underway almost instantaneously. 7 minutes into the fixture and the Royals were 1-0 up. It was a fantastic move from Reading, which saw some great one-touch passing involving Kelvin Abrafa, Lewis Wing, Mamadi Kamara and Kelvin Ehibachiman. All of the players combined on the left-hand side of the pitch and eventually saw the ball in the back of the net. It was Sam Hughes who turned it into his own goal for Peterborough, but the build-up and the play was fantastic from Reading, and there can be nothing taken away from how good this goal was. Peterborough then came back in the first half with a couple of chances of their own. Ricky J. Jones had a really good chance to score following a Mothersill cross, but he was unable to convert. And also the guy up front, Odo, he had a really good chance as well, but sliced his effort wide. The first half, though, saw Reading be on top for the majority of it. I thought Reading were pretty decent, and their press in particular was what was impressing me. Peterborough almost seemed like they were willing Reading to come forward so that they then were able to break themselves. But every time that they were willing Reading forward, Reading would end up winning the ball back. And I thought Reading looked really good in that first half of the first half. The second half of the first half, it kind of dwindled down. But overall, I thought the Royals were definitely dominant and were the better team of the two sides. Well, the second half saw a lot of chaos and a lot of action happen in the middle of the second half. And 59 minutes in, Reading were able to double their advantage. Harvey Knibbs was the man that ended up getting the goal in the end. It came following a cross which saw Mamadi Kamara head the ball. And on the line, Harvey Knibbs was able to poke it in the back of the net to score his 13th goal from midfield this season. It was a great feeling around the stadium, and for me, I thought the second goal almost confirmed it for Reading that all 3 points would stay. With our great defensive record so far in the last 10 games, I really did think that, look, that was it. Reading are in control now. Look, a couple of minutes later, somehow the game really should have been turned on its head. Now, look, Reading get the majority of the bad referee decisions, whereas today, we definitely had a bit of luck on our side. Now, look, Charlie Savage fouls Ricky J. Jones in the box. Is it a penalty? Yes. Should it have been a red card? Probably. But either way, it wasn't given. That the referee, I don't know if he's thought Ricky J. Jones has gone down too easily or what, but he's gone through the back of him, and really, it should have been a penalty to the Posh. Either way, though, they failed to capitalise on anything after that. And just a couple of minutes later, Reading had the ball in the back of the net for the third time. Jaden Wareham was a second-half substitute, and he did some really great work following a long ball over the top. He managed to get on the end of it and played a fantastic cross into the box, which saw the man that fouled Ricky J. Jones, Charlie Savage, be on the end of the cross, and he put it in the back of the net to score Reading's third. There was a real sense of atmosphere when the third goal went in, and you could really feel the fans all come together. It was a real fantastic moment. I felt like 1871 and Y26 were really all together, and there seemed like real chaos in them ends, as it really felt like there was a massive celebration for this third goal. Look, Peterborough ended up getting a goal back 66 minutes in. Kwame Poku was the man who ended up scoring. Some good work down the left-hand side. Saw the Peterborough man get past, well, not Kwame Poku, but saw the Peterborough player on the left get past to Vonge Rashisha. He played a cross into the box, and Kwame Poku eventually put it in the back of the net. 71 minutes in, Reading really should have had a fourth. Andy Yeardom, following a good corner move, saw his header saved by Jed Steer. And then just a couple of minutes later, Jaden Wareham saw his overhead kick be scrambled away. 79 minutes in, and Charlie Savage had a really good effort to make it 4. He ended up having a volley, which was again well saved by Jed Steer. Reading did have the ball in the back of the net for a fourth time. Lewis Wing got in on the action, but unfortunately he was judged to have been offside. Hughes did have a header as well for Peterborough late on, which just went wide. It was a good opportunity for them, but overall Reading were comfortable and all 3 points were secured. And with the win, Reading have actually climbed into the playoff spots now. 6th place is where Reading sit now, 62 points for the season so far, and we've now got 8 games to go, and really it's in Reading's hands. We're now 1 point clear of Huddersfield, 2 points clear of Bolton, 3 points clear of Leyton Orient, and 5 points clear of Blackpool. The results really did go Reading's way today. Charlton ended up beating Huddersfield by 4-0, and Blackpool ended up doing Reading a favour by beating Bolton 2. Well, Reading now want Blackpool to do them a favour and have a really poor performance on Tuesday. And this is an absolutely massive fixture coming into this Tuesday night. With a win, Blackpool can go just 2 points behind Reading, whereas with the victory, Reading can basically eliminate another playoff threat. And really, we don't know how the results are going to go around us. And look, we could maybe extend our lead and that 6th spot. Look, if I'm being honest, I fancy Reading to beat third place, whoever it is. And look, going to Wembley after the season we've had, it would just be remarkable. That's going to be it for this one today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been James, and we'll see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. A fantastic performance. See you next time. Bye-bye.